This is Natasha Gershon. Zach got fired. Thanks for starting the recording.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're doing a fine job. Why'd you stop? Why'd you
No,
stop?
I did do a good
Trevor's the
job.
host
I
now.
did do a good job, didn't I?
Yeah.
I did do
Zach, we're dethroning you.
Welcome
No, Zach-
to another
Zach-
episode of Wrinkles in the Crease, where we take a look at the stories in hockey and iron out the details. Today, it looks like there is a mutiny happening by my co-host, Natasha Gershon. How are you? On this
I'm
fine
fine.
mutinous night.
I prefer a coup.
Happily mutinizing.
You prefer a coup? Trevor, the less than real deal Trevor Neal prefers coup. Trevor, what's going on, buddy?
I'm doing great. Fantastic.
That is a
prefer
fantastic
revolution,
hat that
actually.
you're wearing.
Thank you.
I only see a logo, though. That's my camouflage joke for the night because, hey, what's going on? So, Trevor, without further ado, I do believe you have something to get us started with.
I do. I wanted to ask you too. If you have two goalies, and one of them has posting so far this season a 933, and your other goalie is posting a 926, their respective goals against average is a 1.88 and a 2.5. Are you having a good season in net?
So, knowing on the surface, the answer is yes.
Yeah, on
But-
paper, yes.
But what you're leaving out is a very key detail here.
Yeah.
That
I am
is
leaving
a
out a
super small sample size, sir. That
in-game
We
season.
need more. We need more
that
information.
is of what?
Games.
Less than that between each goalie, that is less than a third of the season. No?
This team has three goalies. They all have 10 games played.
Okay, that's a good
Okay.
split.
It's
So
growing.
a third of the season, which is still
Each of them. A small sample
Not
size.
a lot.
very
Yeah.
small sample size, all things considered.
Yeah.
Yes,
But on paper,
yes,
it's
that's a
yes.
good run. I'm not gonna take that away from what I assume to be Ilya Samsonov and Matt Murray,
Matt Murray.
because
It's Trevor.
yeah,
Zach, at what point are you going to admit Kyle Dubas may have made a good decision?
when pigs fly, when they get past the first round.
Okay.
When any of these goalies prove that they can play more than 6 games in a row without getting hurt. Matt Murray has probably done that because he got hurt in game 1. But that's beside the point.
he's been fine since. He's been very good since then. If they get to the All-Star break and still look like this, did Kyle Dubas make a good decision?
If they can maintain some level of health, then yeah, Kyle Dubas made a decent decision. But that being said, who is your number one goalie right now?
Matt Murray.
You're really
100% right. Right now, it's Matt Murray.
You're really gonna sit here and tell me that?
That's a tough ask, Trevor.
You're gonna disrespect Ilya Samsonov like that right now.
Samsonov's been amazing.
That's exactly my point. He's the number one guy in Toronto.
But here's
And
the
he's
thing: is
holding
Matt
up
Murray's been
Matt
just
Murray.
as good,
He
if not
was
better.
holding up Matt Murray. And he
Okay.
still is.
Yeah, Natasha's right.
What's wrong with doing 1A, 1B? Weren't they doing
There's
that in
nothing
Boston?
wrong with doing. There's nothing wrong with doing a 1A, 1B. It's just I don't want this to be misconstrued here. That there is a not. It's not great, but there is a difference in talent between the two, and it's very much in favor of Samsonov, which we kind of should. If you go back and watch the tape, it's there. You can see that the skill that Samsonov is somewhat blossoming into is there. Whatever happened in Washington with Vitek Vanacek, which thank you, Washington, appreciate that. Whatever happened there obviously shook him up and got him out of his element. So he needed a restart, and he's getting that in Toronto. I feel like that's the gamble that should be more praised than taking a flyer on Matt Murray. I'll give it to you. There's not he's playing.
He's
far
better than
I
what
could have
he
predicted.
Yeah.
Even in a 10-game stretch, this is far better than I could have predicted for Matt Murray. I'm not
for me, like what he's done so far, the trade's been worth it so far. I think the Leafs won
so
the
far.
trade.
So far. We'll see.
As of now, the Leafs.
Yeah.
Ottawa paid to get rid of him to a divisional rival. A third and a seventh, and almost half retained. Kyle Dubas fleeced them.
Who said
As of
Ottawa
right
was
now.
good at making decisions?
Yeah,
Eric Carlson.
Definitely not.
I don't want to hear Eddie, Kyle Dubas, Eddie, Eric Carlson, or Eddie Ottawa Senators slander.
Are we trading Kyle Dubas to the Ottawa Senators? Why was that? Why was that?
I
the
don't
group
know.
of people
That
we
was a
talked
weird
about
one that
just
came
now?
out of my mouth.
Why?
I don't want
Why?
to hear any no slander at all unless it's directed toward the New York Rangers.
Okay.
Not
Do
the
you have any
Anaheim
slander that
Ducks.
you
I thought
want?
we all collectively hate the Anaheim Ducks. And
Trevor, you're on a
No.
heater right now. Go. Tell me.
Yeah,
What
wait,
do you
just-
hate about
let's
the
just
Rangers?
piss off everybody.
Just tell me. What do you hate
Yeah,
about
just
the
go
The
Rangers?
ahead.
Anaheim
go ahead.
Ducks have one regulation win and it came against the Rangers, who are mid.
I still laugh about that. Honestly. I was like, leave it to the Rangers to lose to the Anaheim Ducks. Just
That's
leave
Because
it.
it's
to
almost
them,
Christmas
honestly.
and the Ducks have one
It's a Christmas
regulation win.
miracle.
Remember when some people are like the Rangers are going to win the cup and then they just started the season and they were mid?
Yeah, the one thing the Rangers love doing is disappointing you.
They've been
That
doing
is
it for
true.
50 years.
That's just New York sports, basically.
Well, yes.
No, not the
and
New Jersey Devils count as New York sports. They're not
it's
disappointing
New
anybody.
York, New Jersey metropolitan area.
Yeah.
They are
Thank you.
technically.
Tri-State area. that
Buffalo's
kind of
not. Buffalo's their own pit of sadness.
Buffalo isn't New York.
Buffalo,
Sports.
yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh, Buffalo.
Uh,
The only good thing Buffalo has is Tage Thompson.
Tage Thompson, who lit it up
I had to-
against who?
The
Who is?
Columbus Blue Jacket.
Oh yeah. So
Johnny
Oh,
Gaudreau's
boy,
real
oh,
home.
boy. The
know
most
what
interesting team in the NHL.
the scariest thing about that performance to me, though, is that was all done before the end of the second period.
Yeah.
He scored
he didn't
5
score the
goals
third.
in 2
Outstanding.
periods.
We
Like,
all
even against
thought
the
that he was
Jackets.
going to break the record, right? At one point, we looked at the box score and went, he might score 7.
I thought it was going to
There
do
was a point
8.
in the game.
I was like, yeah.
Because the
he'll do
record's
8.
7, I think, right? The record's 7?
It was 7, yeah.
Okay, record 7.
He had a good shot.
Look,
I wish he would have done it. I
He can
really
do
wish
it.
he would have.
he could have, but just getting the 5 in itself is impressive. And
Yep.
if there was a situation where he needed to score 8 goals, that would have been a night for him to do it without a doubt. But the
Yeah.
fact is, Buffalo just went into Columbus and did kind of what a lot of teams are doing right now, and
To Columbus.
beat just beat them
Oh, Columbus.
down.
Beat them.
I make
Yeah.
this joke all the time that I wish I was Johnny Gaudreau because he's getting paid $1 million to do nothing.
He's not bad, though.
He's not getting paid just $1 million. He's getting paid like
He's getting paid more than $1 million.
he's getting paid.
obviously.
He's getting paid a lot of money.
But
How
he's
much
still
is he
doing
making?
nothing, So
I don't know. I know the Devils offered him like 7 years, $10 million. Good times.
Remember that? That's what does it
Could've
say
taken
about the New Jersey Devils franchise tweet? Man, does that
Oh
look
yeah,
stupid
yeah.
now.
So I cut it out, but yeah, the Devils have Devils Twitter is really enjoying that tweet, and they have declared war on him as well as Johnny. Well, they declared war on Johnny.
Zach, take a guess. How much is Johnny Gaudreau getting paid right now?
Right now, I know this.
Yeah,
number.
what's his
I've
cap
read it.
hit?
I was supposed to know, but
It's north of 10. I know that.
No, it's not. It's not. North
Oh
Carolina.
right, no,
is
it's
it
not.
more?
No, it's 9 something.
Okay. 9.3.
It's 9. Yeah, I want to say 9.3.
9.75.
Okay.
That's disgusting.
That's
It's so bad.
crazy.
It's not
Because
that
if the
he's
team was
playing.
good, it'd be a good contract.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even like he's playing poorly. He's putting up decent numbers.
I mean,
It's
he's
just-
good for
he's-
Columbus. I
It's
guess.
just for $9.75 million when you spend that
Yeah.
all at once. You want that to translate to
And the Blue
more
Jackets
than just-
also have Patrick Laine.
yeah.
True.
So
But
Gaudreau
keep
has
in mind,
20.
there's a little bit of a clog there because both of them play their best hockey on the left side. So in order for them to play on the same line, someone's out of position there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
that
don't
is
want
even
Line out of
concerning.
position at all.
No, and
No.
that's part of the problem. So there is still the adjustment period that's going on there, but clearly
They're
it's
still
taking
bad.
more. It's taking a lot longer to properly get him into the system than it should have.
yeah.
28 points in 26 games for him so far.
That's not bad.
That's pretty
not
good. For a bad team, that's very good.
To have a point per game player on a bad team, couldn't agree with you more, Trevor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should we get to a team that we called about bad earlier this season that is now great again? Pittsburgh.
Are we? We're going that far, huh?
That's a bit of a stretch, Trevor.
You know what? Okay,
You're not
I'm
even
gonna
top five in the
allow
league.
this. I'm gonna allow this.
Can I
Pass.
back myself up?
Go ahead, because
Yeah.
I just looked at the
Pittsburgh
standings.
started off the season pretty well, right? We were all impressed with how Pittsburgh did.
Sure, I guess.
And then they went on like a 9-game losing streak.
Yeah.
And then they woke up, and all of a sudden, they're one of the best teams in the league again. It's like 7 straight wins or something like that for them.
Hey, Trevor. Before we get into the next thing about the Penguins, what preceded that 9-game losing streak? Directly.
I can't remember.
Oh, it was you praising the Pittsburgh.
Oh no, I
Penguins
did it again.
for how well they were playing. So keep your eyes peeled on the Pittsburgh Penguins. As Trevor, I'm convinced that you have this power to just jinx whatever, not whatever team, but specifically the Pittsburgh Penguins.
And you jinxed Matt Murray also.
All of my extended family who lives in Pittsburgh is going to be very angry after listening to this episode.
I didn't even
and
know
then
that.
all of my family's from Pittsburgh. And
you
they're
should
going to
get
be very
blacklisted
angry.
from the Pens.
My uncle and my aunt and uncle are friends with like their communications director.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's just sad.
That is amazing.
But the Penguins probably had already the feel-good season or the feel-good story of the season.
Oh, 100%.
Easily.
For sure.
So less than 2 weeks after Kris Letang suffers what I believe was his second stroke.
Second.
Not only was he skating about a week after the stroke, not only was he a full participant in practice shortly after that, this man went ahead and fully returned to hockey and played in the game, I believe, last night.
Yeah.
Last night. Okay, good. Yeah. Not totally messed up on my dates.
You're doing great, Zach. Look at you.
Oh my God. It's amazing that I even know what time it is. So Kris Letang was able to come back, and not only did he come back, but the Penguins managed to win the game, which is always what you want to do when something like that happens. Obviously, a little extra juice
at home.
They got at home. Obviously, a little extra juice since Letang is coming back from what could have been a traumatic, life-changing experience. Probably was still a life-changing experience, quite frankly.
Yep.
I'm sure there are still things that he's still having to deal with, but the fact that he was able to get himself cleared and playing in hockey shape shortly after that, that's nothing short of impressive.
Yeah, played 22 minutes too.
Nice.
That's a really good game. Like took a penalty, no points,
impressive.
but 25
at that
shifts.
point, what was he? Not that this stat matters at all. Was he a plus or minus?
Even.
Okay.
Even a 3-1 win.
Not bad.
We'll take it.
Not bad at
game.
all.
You can't ask for more.
Nope.
You did more than what I really thought when that happened, because that whole incident happened between episodes. I really didn't think that Kris Letang was going to ever play again when I first.
Yeah, that's what when the headline broke. You and I had that exact conversation. That's it.
Over.
There's no way, and he may have hacked.
He's still here.
He may have hacked into our chat. We need to start vetting people out for this. Yeah.
I'm so glad to see Kris Letang's one of my favorite players ever. So
he's a really good guy.
When I shifted to play defense for a while, when I played youth hockey, I modeled my play after Kris Letang. There's a Kris Letang jersey in my closet. I love Tanger.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. Plus, his kid's awesome. His kids can speak better French than I ever will. And better English than I ever will, too. So.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
Is it safe to segue to Jesper Bratt?
Oh, and how
always
player in the world? It's never
always
a good time to bring up Jesper Bratt, Natasha. What do you have to say about our Lord and Savior Jesper Bratt?
Zach, I'm going to step away for 1 second. Just keep talking.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay. Without Trevor,
I'm going to give Trevor a little privacy.
About Jesper Bratt. What are your thoughts about him in the race with Connor McDavid?
So. Let's be clear. Connor McDavid right now is Connor McDavid and Jason Robertson are your MVP frontrunners, without a doubt in the world.
Yeah,
Um,
naturally.
I'm still going to, of course, advocate that Jesper Bratt is the best player in the NHL, as I'm
Good.
sure Trevor will. Thank you, Trevor. But that being said, what Connor McDavid is doing right now is absolutely out of this world ridiculous.
Yeah.
The connection he has with Leon Draisaitl, obviously you want to be able to divide those two players. And that's something that I feel like Edmonton's struggled with over the past couple of years. They've been better about it over the last 2 years. Obviously they managed to do it well enough. They managed to split them up well enough, keep them together well enough to get themselves to a conference final run.
Yeah.
But just the connection they have, what they're doing on the ice is insane. There was a play I caught the highlight of where Draisaitl is skating backward, goes to the point, spins around, and off a backhand pass finds Connor McDavid right on the tape.
That was the most insane pass I've seen in my life. And
that is
I am an Oilers
45
hater,
feet.
Absurd.
Absurd.
That was Gretzky-esque. That pass.
With Connor McDavid is the most talented hockey player in the NHL.
Other than Jesper Bratt.
Is the best player in the NHL.
Next to Jesper Bratt.
No, Jesper Bratt is the best player in the NHL. Connor McDavid is the most talented player in the NHL.
There's a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
But I'd still rather take Jesper Bratt.
And even then, we'll take that as the opportunity to just kind of go into the Devils a little bit. Jesper Bratt is no longer leading the Devils in points even. Jack Hughes has quietly taken over. He had a goal-scoring explosion, and he currently leads the team in goals. He's 1 assist behind Jesper Bratt, and he has been just he's been on a heater. The Devils have been on a heater. He has been on a heater lately, and he is stepping into his own. This kid's grown up before our eyes, and he's something to watch out for.
Yeah, 33 points in 27 games this year, 14 of which are goals.
Nice.
Jesper
and
Bratt,
only 2 penalty minutes. Damn.
Yeah, this kid's.
This
is a man. We watched him become a man here in Jersey, and
his shooting percentage is not even that much higher than his career. This is just what Jack Hughes is.
Yes, this is just what it is, and you could see it. You could see it coming together last year. I always wonder what could have been if he didn't break his collarbone in the second game last year, and I think we're seeing what could have been right now, because this is a player
lining up so well for them too.
Oh,
it led Heischer and everyone just hit their stride at the right time.
Oh my God! And he sure has turned into a goal-scoring savant with that. He's the perfect 200-foot center that you would want from your top six guys. Excuse me. And there are guys coming up. Just the other day, Shakir Mukhamadullin, the Russian stud who is under contract with the Devils, currently on loan in the KHL. He will be finally coming over to the Devils and competing for a roster spot next year. This, along with Seamus Casey, is in the prospects. Luke Hughes, of course, Simon Nemec. The Devils they've got guys coming up.
There's just this pipeline that is never ending of guys ready to fight. And there's nothing better than guys that are willing to fight to get into the lineup. It just gets so much more out of players. No one on that team is going to have a guaranteed spot in lineup next year. They're all going to be fighting over it.
Every one of these guys that I just mentioned has an outstanding pedigree. Mukhamadullin right now is lighting up the KHL. He's already broken his career high, and I think he's played maybe half the games that it took him to last year to achieve that. And this is a guy who does everything that you want from a defenseman. He's big, he pinches, he is just a perfect specimen that you can tool and kind of, I'm not going to say program, but he fits into a lot of systems. He's not too bad at anything. It's perfect. And he's going to compete really hard with what I can only imagine. 14 points in the K.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yep. It's going to be interesting next training camp to see what the defense looks like. I do think there's a chance that some of the players that are on the team right now defensively aren't coming back next year.
John Marino better be.
Well, I think John Marino is one of the guys that does.
He better.
I don't.
I'll be pissed if he doesn't.
I don't think Severson comes back. He's on the last year of his contract right now. There's some speculation that he may not even be on the team past the deadline, but it's hard for me to say trade him if the Devils are playing this well with him. At that point, there's no reason to sell if you're in a position to win.
I don't know how well the Devils are going to do come playoff time, though.
We'll see, because this is a big
They might
thing.
surprise some people, but they're not a big team, and that tends to benefit more come.
They're not a big team, and they're a young team with not a lot of experience. I firmly believe that sometimes you just have to earn your lump. You have to earn your lumps, and if they can go on a run, fantastic. But it wouldn't surprise me if this year, come playoff time, that is a learning experience for this core. So
if they get bounced in 5 games, perfect.
They
made the playoffs.
That's a learning experience, but keep in mind when they snuck in 2018, they got out in 5. So the expectations would be from this team to a little bit more than that. You would like to see them ideally take a first round series to 7 games, if not advance past the first round, because getting to the playoffs by itself is surpassing everyone's expectations. Now that we're this deep in, quite frankly, no Devils fan should be counting their eggs right now. The fact is, we've seen this team collapse horribly in around this time, right after December, in that January space. So I want to see how the team carries through. That's the biggest thing right now. We're talking playoffs. I want to focus on the regular season and see that out. That being said,
just growth as individuals.
Exactly.
The team doesn't need to succeed this year. It's more the individuals are more important at the moment.
No, they don't. But just because they don't need to succeed this year, that doesn't mean you should start saying, okay, sell at the deadline. No. Buy in, see what you can get out of these guys. Maybe if there's a good rental that fits in that you could possibly sign on to the future, great, go for it. Don't break the bank in terms of
you
buying.
can do a 2-season rental.
Yeah.
You can get a guy with a year left on his contract. I don't know who that player is, but he could become available if the price is right.
I mean, ideally, that's what we more or less signed Tomas Tatar to. A 2-year kind of prove it rental deal. And last year was a bit rough. This year he's playing well to the point where I want to see him come back. At the same time, I say that I don't know how that fits out because there are still guys coming up.
You also have Andre Palat, who, if they do get into the playoffs, they have a playoff guy ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's the reason Palat's there.
Palat injured though?
Yeah. He should be coming back in a few weeks.
Okay.
He'll be good come playoff time.
He is
they
on,
don't need him
he is
now.
on the injured reserve right now, though. But
they're winning.
They are winning. Yeah.
Let him rest. He's getting up there in age, isn't he?
Yeah, he's above
31.
30. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say he's above the age of 30. I know that.
So, get him some rest. Play the second half of the season. Get him warmed up, and see what he can do in a 7-game series.
Yes.
The Devils are in such a good spot. It's ridiculous.
Yep. And
Zach's been waiting for this for 10 years.
I've been waiting for this for so long. It's crazy. It really is.
Is this fun. Devils team look better than the one that made the Cup final? Are they comparable?
So you can take a look at the rosters and kind of compare them. Ultimately, this team, without a doubt, has more talent. But there were, let's not discredit. We had Martin Brodeur. Was he at the top of his game? No, but he was still one of the best. He was still Martin Brodeur. He was one of the best goalies in the league at that point in time.
Yeah.
So, in terms of just, they were obviously a better team in net, but it's tough. I actually think
this Devils team will be better
at some point in time. I don't know if that's right now, but Nico Hischier and Jack Hughes have the potential to be much better than Ilya Kovalchuk was.
At least at that time.
At that time, yes.
Yeah.
When Kovalchuk was tearing it up with the
Probably.
Thrashers, that was scary.
different.
That was scary, but yeah.
Yeah.
Devils Kovalchuk, yeah, I would say so.
Gosh, the Metro is never going to be a weak division ever.
No,
That's true.
No matter
No.
what happens. And it's weird because like the teams that dominated that division for so long are looking like they're finally like coming down. Washington looks like that team is cooked. I don't know if you've heard Washington's rough right now.
tell me
Pittsburgh's
about them. I've been a little bit
and
crazy.
like
with
10
work.
players are hurt.
Oof.
Like
Ouch.
Tom Wilson. I gotta find.
Oh
it.
no, Tom Wilson is actually skating again, so
He's
we
back?
should be
Oh, that's
cowering in fear
unfortunate.
because
Oh,
when
I mean,
Tom
I'm
Wilson
so
comes
happy
back,
that
the
player
Rangers will
recovery
get
or
pummeled
whatever.
and we will all die.
I'm
See
so
if I can
happy.
find the Washington Capitals injuries. Would you like me to read the list?
No,
Sure.
just
Hey,
kidding.
let's
Go
do
for
this.
it. Entertain me. Entertain me.
Alexiev, Kemper, Wilson, Fairvey, Backstrom, Hagelin, Melanson, and Connor Brown.
I feel like the Avs list is worse though.
The Avs list is historic, but the Capitals list is real bad.
Yeah,
Tom Wilson, Nicholas Backstrom, Carl Hagelin, those are all very
but
good
Caps are
players.
still doing like okay-ish
Yeah, they're
for Caps.
30 points
yeah,
so
for the
far.
Caps.
In,
But
They're
the Avs,
sixth in the division.
they need some help. Yeah,
well, yes.
At-
When you
at
lose
this
Nick
point-
McKinnon for an extended period of time, that is something that you will miss, and they are absolutely missing.
Yeah. What do we have to do to get the three of us to be a forward line on the Colorado Avalanche right now?
put some skates on.
It would take it.
I think so.
Zach, you probably played organized hockey at one point, right?
Yeah. But
Good.
that's like a flight, and I don't know. That's a lot of work.
If they go to play the Rangers, we'll all go and beat the crap out of the
Oh
Rangers.
yeah, no. If they need me to like step into MSG, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, whatever.
I'll play goalie. I don't care. Like I'll probably win. You want to
I mean,
know
it's
why?
pretty
Because I'm
easy.
not mid.
Yeah.
We're back to this.
We're back to
I,
this.
Way to
I'm
go.
better than Igor Shesterkin.
I think.
Could you
Igor
win the
Shesterkin-
Vezina, Trevor? Could you? Do you think
Yeah.
you could? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you
100%.
could behind
I
the current
really
Rangers
don't think so.
defense. I don't think anyone could behind the current Rangers defense.
I could if I
No.
played for the Devils.
I would if I played for the Bruins, probably, but that's debatable.
Oh, we have to segue to the Bruins.
Are you
now.
discrediting the play of Linus Allmark? I'm sorry.
No, I love Linus Ullmark.
Well, you just seem to think that you
I
could
could
win.
just be the backup that they never use, and they would still win.
Like what the Leafs tried to do for years is just, we have a backup goalie. He just doesn't play. Because we don't trust
yeah,
him.
he's just there.
Oh, we have a
Curtis
backup goalie.
McElhaney.
Curtis McElhaney could play. How dare you?
Garrett Sparks.
No,
Antoine
he's a real
Bibeau.
Vezina contender.
They gave up on Curtis McElhaney for Garrett Sparks or
Peter
Antoine
Mrazek.
Bibeau. Oh my god. Peter Mrazek was a
Oh
dark time for
no,
you
poor
guys.
guy.
Peter Mrazek was real bad.
He's in
Where
my
is he?
hotel.
He's in the NHL.
Chicago. I saw him play this year. Peter Mrazek's with Chicago. And he has a worse save percentage than Jack Campbell.
Who stole his powers? Did we ever determine that? Who
Jack
took away
Campbell or Peter Mrazek?
Peter Mrazek?
Because he was
He was
really
good at one point.
wasn't
No,
he?
yeah, Mrazek
Yeah,
was pretty good.
I did. I took away his powers.
Okay. Also, what is this pipeline of goalies going from Carolina to Detroit?
It's weird.
It
Who's
is-
all on that list? Because Mrazek made that jump, right?
I can only think of two actually, but they're both Czech.
It's weird.
Or
it's
no,
still weird.
I think Nedeljkovic is Slovakian, but what is it? It's Mrazek and Nedeljkovic. Both started in Carolina, and then they immediately after were sent to Detroit, one way or another. Which
Yeah, that-
Nedeljkovic was hilarious because it was like, we're not going to sign you after the rookie deal.
Wasn't he good in Carolina?
He was decent, but Carolina, for whatever reason, just had zero interest in bringing him back and let it be known that they were not bringing him back. And then
they wanted Frederick Anderson, noted playoff performer Frederick Anderson.
in Anaheim, he was a playoff
Isn't he
performer.
like injured for every playoffs though? He was
He
injured for
was
the
last
last
year.
one.
He's
Yeah.
just broken down at this point.
He's trying his best.
He's struggling.
I miss Freddie so much. He was so fun. He's a
Freddie was
nice
good.
guy. Noted nice guy.
Noted nice guy
Okay.
who loved the game, Frederick Anderson.
Yeah.
He loved the game.
And
Loved
I
it.
bet he liked the taste of water too.
He did.
He did.
He did.
Not like someone else, which is probably why he wasn't allowed to play in the World Cup that year. Anyway,
Is that a Phil Kessel joke, Zach?
what? Phil Kessel? No. Why would I?
No
Never.
one makes Phil Kessel jokes.
Never.
He's the most boring and plain player in the league.
With no personality quirks whatsoever. He's just a good guy who loves the game and plays hard.
Perfectly normal house with
Just
a
a guy.
perfectly normal TV situation. If anyone remembers that picture. Zach remembers it.
I'm biting my tongue so we can move on.
Yep.
We were talking a little bit about some Devils prospects. The World Juniors preliminary rosters were announced. Of the Devils prospects, Luke Hughes and Seamus Casey were named to the American side from their preliminary roster. No final rosters have been released yet, but it does seem as though there is debate as to whether or not the number 1 overall pick from this year's draft, Slavkovsky, will play in the World Juniors. Shane Wright, someone who probably needs it, is going to play. I'm sure Nemec will end up playing because there's no reason for him not to if he's playing in the AHL. That's my opinion. But
yeah, is Slavkovsky going or is he staying?
That's the question.
We'll see how the Habs are doing it by that time, basically.
I mean, what do you guys?
Probably not. I mean, like, will they look good? Probably not. So I think he'll play. Probably.
In the World Juniors?
Yeah.
I think he stays with the Habs.
Do you think it's the best move for him to stay with the Habs or go to?
I think just an opportunity to play in the World Juniors. You only get 1 or maybe 2 shots if you're really, really talented.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Canadians send him. That's just a gut feeling. I think it'll be better for him.
Well,
I have no real reason for thinking that, but
let me see. Hold on, because if he's
been good in the NHL.
He's been good, but if he's played in almost every game or most of them, then it's possible.
I believe he's been in the lineup every night.
Yeah, if that's the case, then no, he has a job to do, and
he'll stay.
Yeah, he'll stay. You can play
like Shane Wright, who's played for like 3 different teams.
If his production goes down a bit, then and they like kind of take him off the roster, then he'll probably play in the World Juniors. But we'll see.
Yep.
Can I quickly segue back to the Bruins just really quickly?
Sure.
Promise I will not drone on forever.
No,
the way we
drone on about the Devils forever as an NHL.
But to ease your pain, I'm going to talk about Bruins losses. Bruins lost to the Vegas Golden Knights, who they are rematching tonight, by the way. So
I should watch
at 8 p.m. Eastern. And they lost at home. I think it was their first home loss of the season. And Bruce Cassidy was there, and it was kind of sad because we miss Bruce Cassidy. But we also don't miss Bruce Cassidy because Jim Montgomery is really good.
Apparently really good.
He's good. I mean, what else is there to say?
But who else did you lose to, Natasha?
We lost to the Arizona Coyotes.
Can I pause you for a second? Remember when everyone made fun of me when the Leafs lost to the Coyotes? Season's over.
Like your
they
job
lost to
is
Arizona. But when Boston does it, it's perfectly fine. Oh, they just had an off night.
We didn't say it was fine. Bruins fans absolutely went crazy and rioted at Mullet Arena.
Good.
They were throwing drinks and purses.
Throwing mullets on the ice.
Yeah,
They're throwing the wigs they got. Just chuck them on the ice. They're done with this. Fold the team.
So dramatic. It really depends on the goaltending because Jeremy Swayman was in net, I think, for both games. And for some reason, his production is kind of dialing down a bit. Like, it's not really that well. Maybe there's an issue with practice, or maybe he's a little bit unhealthy. I don't even know. But I hope he improves. So really, it's just up to goaltending. And obviously, Linus Ullmark is spectacular. Like, literally top goalie in the NHL on paper right now. He's .06 save percentage above Samsonov. So that's the benchmark. But
played in
what
twice
else?
games, too.
Oh yeah, back to the Capitals.
Am I wrong,
Ovechkin
Trevor?
is 99 goals away from Wayne Gretzky, and
out.
also 9 away from Gordie Howe. So
Shout out.
interesting. Shout out.
Shout out.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's not if Ovechkin's going to score 99 goals. It's
But when?
what building do we have to be in to see it happen?
I was there when he scored 700. That was fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it was against the Devils. The Devils lost.
I knew someone who's at that game too back when I lived in Maryland. Drove up there just to see that he didn't try to score it.
Yeah, he did exactly that from his office.
What are your arena predictions for
Oh my gosh.
goal 900?
Of course you want it to be in Washington. What's the funny one? What's the funny answer?
Pittsburgh.
The Honda Center in Anaheim.
Not the Crypto.com arena.
Yeah, Crypto.com arena. That just for the name alone. Yeah, where'd you score your record-breaking goal? The Cryp?
The Cryp. The Cryp.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Not the Crypt, just the Cryp.
I was gonna say the Crypt.
No, there was
the Crypt
a T
is better.
There's a T?
Well, there tried to be.
No, I think just the Cryp.
Yeah, the Crypt. Fine. That's horrible.
Oh, God.
Guys,
That's
are we
so
taking a
horrible.
road trip to go to the Cryp?
No, we're
Oh my
not.
God.
I'm going to.
Are they going to host the All-Star game at the Crypt? Oh, wait, no, they're actually hosting the All-Star game in, I think, Nashville this year, right?
Again?
Did they just do that?
Just there.
I don't even know. Wasn't it Vegas this last year?
Yes, because they did the weird pond thing.
No, this one's in Sunrise, so just outside of Miami.
Oh gosh,
Oh, it's in Sunrise.
no.
Oh.
The Russians are gonna go
Boring.
crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know how much the Russian players love Florida.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What's the problem? So
Look
they're
at Tampa
outside-
Bay's roster.
As a
They're
Russian
outside of
who
Miami.
goes to Florida very
Who
often,
cares? It's fine.
yes,
Everything-
a lot of
What
Russians
bad
like
thing
Florida.
could possibly happen in Miami?
There is
for
so
about
Just ask
2
many
years?
Russians in Florida.
Evgeny Kuznetsov or Austin Matthews or Mike Richards or I don't
Everyone else
know
in the league.
what. Yeah, everyone else in the league. Yeah,
Everyone else in the league.
everyone.
They're gonna be snorting bath salts for a weekend.
Whoa, chill, Trevor. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Segueing to All-Star legend Jaromir Jagr.
Yes.
Who winked at my mom
making his
once.
season debut in the Extra League at age 50. What a legend. What
Yes.
an icon.
So the team he owns, their
HC
roster was
Kladno.
a little bit sick, so he
Yeah.
was pressed into action. And as a 50-year-old man picking up the skates for the first time this year, he stepped onto the ice and went ahead, registered 2 assists in the game, a 3-2 win for his team.
Am I gonna die before Jaromir Jagr retires fully?
Yes.
Yeah. Jaromir
We're all
Jagr is
We're all
immortal.
going to die. Jaromir Jagr is forever. What do you
Exactly. He's immortal.
Who retires first, Slavkovsky or Jagr?
mean, Jagr? Or no, it's not.
Jagr. You can't say Jagr. He's immortal.
No, it just rolls off the tongue so well. It's just hard not to say.
Yeah.
Jagr.
See, now his technique is going to be, I'm not a real player. I just pop in a game whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
Because he
He
can't.
just refuses to retire.
It's the Czech league. They don't have real rules over there. You can just
do whatever he wants.
Are they going to tell him no? He's going to be like 70.
No,
I'm
you're
bored
you're
tonight.
too old. Go play for the old man league.
So new idea when we inevitably meet up in person, we're all going to wear respective Jaromir Jagr jerseys. I'll get a
Are we
Devils
gonna be
Jagr
traveling
jersey.
on-
There's a different. Like,
Trevor, you can get
yeah.
you
Did he
can
play in
get
Dallas? He played in Dallas, didn't he?
you can get a Dallas or a Penguins
That's
Jagr
so-
jersey. Natasha, you could even get a
Bruins?
Bruins Jagr jersey or a Rangers Jagr
Rangers.
jersey. But honestly, I don't. Anyone who remembers Rangers Jagr wants to forget Rangers Jagr.
He's a Bruin. He's a Bruin. Come on.
No, it's not even
No,
that.
he's
He
a
was just
Penguin.
bad.
He's
Rangers-
a
He's
Penguin.
not. He's a Penguin, but he's also a Bruin.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that would be a fun question. What team do you most associate Jaromir Jagr with?
No, he's a Penguin for sure. Like, I can't imagine him without.
He
the
hasn't played for the Penguins in over 20
But
years.
he's just a Penguin.
So
He is.
this is tough.
I think because I associate like him and Wayne Gretzky in the same era.
Do you mean
So, like,
Lemieux?
when Wayne was on the Rangers and Yager was on the Penguins, like they kind of coincided at that time. That's how I remember Yager, basically.
Natasha,
I
you
guess-
were born after Wayne Gretzky retired, so I don't know what you were just saying.
No,
I-
because he
I-
retired with the Rangers, so like it's memorable.
No,
Sure.
at the end of the day, Yager spent the longest stint he had was with the Penguins.
So
Because
He's a
he was just like vacationing the rest of his career. He's like, I'm gonna spend a year in Texas. Oh, I want to go spend a little bit of time in Florida. Like that's all he did.
I'm sure the people and the fans of Washington and New York love the idea of what you just said. I really do.
I love
because-
vacationing in Texas.
It's a beautiful state.
Sure it is, Trevor.
It's beautiful. I love Dallas, Texas.
Mhm.
What else? We have a fun little question here. Pick a team to fix. Who do you pick, and how do you fix them?
Can we make
Zach,
Zach
you
go
can go
first?
first.
No.
Yes.
Aww.
Oh, okay. Trevor,
Why
you go.
not?
I need to think about it.
Yeah, that's.
I
the
gotta
thing.
think of a team that like isn't like because like the Ducks are too easy. In
You
which
can't
it's just,
say
you need
no.
to
You can't say a
reshuffle.
really bad team. Like you just can't say a team that's like cursed or just never.
Yeah,
gonna
no,
get
and
Can
I-
I'm
like
gonna go
like
team's gonna be-
the obvious answer here is the Colorado Avalanche are really easy to fix.
It's
Boom,
just-
make them healthy.
Yeah.
Make them
okay.
healthy.
take him
and
to the
eternal.
doctor.
Yeah, take them to a doctor. No, take them to a better doctor, Trevor. That's what you mean. They've been to
Yeah.
a doctor, a better doctor. Oh, which doctor? No.
Okay. Let me do Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's fun.
You make them less old.
Yeah, that is true. Pittsburgh's in a
Less
weird spot
Geriatric.
because their young guys are almost 30. Jake Gensel is not young.
For young guys are almost.
Can someone look up how old Jake Gensel is for me? Or just pull up like the Penguins
Okay.
roster and how old they are.
Jake Gensel is 28 years old.
28. Yeah.
28. Pull up their cat friendly.
He's getting
Let's
a
do
little old.
that. Actually, I should probably pull it up so I can look
You
at
just
it.
sprinkle some like youngifying magic dust on the Penguins.
Okay, so
The Penguins
you-
are the Penguins and Capitals are the oldest teams. Their average
Yeah.
age going into the season was 30.24. The Capitals is 30.2.
I know how to fix the Rangers.
okay, can I do the damn Penguins first? Damn.
Yeah, okay. We already solved the Penguins' problem. We just make them younger. That's
That's
Natasha,
Natasha.
it's more
No,
complicated.
Natasha. That's no. That's not
It
what I
needs to
meant.
Who do you trade? So you've got Marcus Pettersson, who's actually Marcus Pettersson's only 26, so you can hang on to him.
not for long.
Cappy's got to go. But the thing is no one's taking on Kasperi Kapanen right now.
No.
I don't care that he just had a
Happy's
hat trick.
good.
No,
He didn't go
he's
yet.
not.
He's
He really
okay.
had one hat trick and tried to show the world. You can't just score one hat trick and just erase 2 years of mediocrity. Okay? Cappy's
That's
got to go.
fair.
He's making
That's fair.
3.2. Jeff Carter's making over 3 for another 2 years.
No,
The players
that's
that
a
they've
lot.
got.
that needs to go. Yeah.
Ricard Raquel is locked up long term, but he's already 29. Brian Rust locked up long term
they're
is
so old.
30. The Penguins might be at a spot that if they don't win a cup, which they won't, I'm sorry, they're not going to win a cup with that team.
No.
No, not-
they're
not-
just going to be bad for a long time. You just have to let these guys die, essentially. Because it's like you can't
Force them
trade.
into retirement.
You can't trade Crosby. You can't.
No.
You can't
never.
trade Malkin.
No.
Good luck trying to move Kris Letang now. You're not trading him.
They
They're
can't
stuck.
trade the core, but they can
No.
just trade around them.
No, and they've earned the right if they want to finish their career there, they can.
Yeah.
They've earned that. Zach, would you agree with that?
Yes, I would have.
If,
I would agree.
if
with
Sid wants to stay, he stays. If Malkin
Yeah.
wants to stay, he stays.
that. I think Sid has earned that for sure.
Yeah.
Malkin, I think Malkin might be. I think you could argue that he could be moved in this offseason.
He is signed till 2026, making over $6 million. He's
Oh
already
no,
36.
he's not going anywhere. He's
No,
not going
he's-
anywhere
he's
for at least
got-
2 years.
Oh, and like you got Kris Letang, who is 35,
What was his
signed.
contract? 7 years,
s-
6 years?
He is signed through 2028. He's already 35.
Yeah. So they're staying. They're retiring there.
What did Ron Hextall do in just?
Ron
I'm just
Hextall-
gonna sign all
He-
the
Good
old guys
old
forever.
Ron Hextall.
He just all the old guys for forever because
Yeah.
he believed he was under the
They're
impression
the
probably that they
core.
could have gotten exactly that on the open market. So not a good
Ron
negotiating
Hextall
package.
Was the
They're
king of goalie
really-
goals. Fun
They're
fact.
really relying on like Danton Heinen to like do something, and Ryan Paling to do something. Brian Dumoulin's bad now. Apparently, he's
course.
making $4 million this year. Then he's gone. Shoot him to the moon. Jan Ruda's 2.75 for 3 years. They signed a lot of weird deals.
Yeah, they
That's
really did.
Very interesting.
That's my answer for Pittsburgh. Is you just wait and just
Wait
let's
it
see,
out.
let's rebuild this team in 6 years and just sorry Pittsburgh, we're gonna be mediocre.
And
Sidney
Yager will
Crosby
still
gonna-
be playing.
You know what? That's how you fix the Penguins. You sign Jaromir Jagr to a league min deal and put him with Sidney Crosby.
I think we lost you there
Yager-
for a second.
Because admit it would be cool to see Jaromir Jagr play.
No,
along
I
with
mean,
Sidney
like I
Crosby
think it
and
cut. I think it cut out.
It didn't cut out. You're good, Zag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Carry
No, I
on.
heard you loud and clear, Trevor.
Jaromir Jagr is going to be line mates with Sidney Crosby and Mario.
Oh my
Lemieux.
God.
What the? What, no, stop this. No.
No, Mario's coming back. Mario is
Mario
going to
will
be the
come
fourth line
back.
center.
You have
He's
come
going to
back.
score some power play goals.
Does
Mario is the goat of all time.
Can
Come on,
Mario
guys.
even walk upstairs without feeling pain?
No. No.
Darius Kasparaitis coming back for
Mario.
the Penguins.
Oh Jesus, no.
Ron Francis, going to lace him up for Pittsburgh.
I would rather have Mario Lemieux on my team than Kasperi Kapanen, though.
I would
That's
too.
Fair. Okay. Natasha, I believe you already said your team.
I didn't finish my sentence, I don't think.
Well, because
We
you
fixed the
interrupted Trevor.
Rangers by
Thank
getting
you,
rid
sir.
of Jacob Trouba.
Yeah.
that
I love it already. Let's go.
That's literally it. We just get rid of Jacob Trouba.
But what do you replace him with? Because that's a big
That's a good
that's a
question.
large chunk of minutes.
I mean,
You can't
who's
just say get
available?
rid of this and then
Who's
Jeff
available?
Petrie.
No. No.
Jeff Petrie. You could
Jacob
the
Chychrun.
idea of picking up Eric Carlson that the Rangers definitely can't afford.
You know, if we
Chychrun.
get Jacob Chychrun,
Chychrun.
That's not a bad
Chychrun,
idea.
Chychrun.
Chychrun, I don't know.
Chychrun.
Names are annoying. Yeah. Jacob Trouba for the other Jacob. Like,
1 for 1.
yeah,
The more of a man, Jacob.
the better Jacob.
The one who isn't known as a cheap shot artist, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Jacob.
I seriously think that Jacob Trouba being made captain was one of the worst decisions the
The
Rangers ever
downfall
made.
of the New York Rangers.
He's not playing well with it, and he's trying to do things where it's
Obligatory, it should have been Chris Kreider.
yeah, obviously.
I think we've said
that.
every episode
a
so
million
far.
Yeah,
times.
we've said something about that every episode, so
It's
I'm not going
obligatory
off
at
any
this
more
point.
than needs to be said.
But
But it does look like, honestly, after watching some of the really bad highlights that have come out of Jacob Trouba's play over the past few weeks, he's trying to do way too much on the ice to get to the locker room. He's going out of his way to like make these
Being
hits that are-
stupid.
he wants to rile
make these
people
dumb
up, but
hits.
it just doesn't work.
No, and it's very
There-
clearly not working.
It makes him look stupid.
Yep.
But,
There's ways to be a captain in like
yeah.
because you guys might not believe this. I was a captain at one point. There are ways to behave and carry yourself on the ice, but it is not the most important part. It's the way you carry yourself with officials. It's the way you communicate with coaches and your teammates.
Yes.
He might do that well, but it's all erased when he acts like quite frankly, a
Baby.
dumbass on the ice.
And to the
He's a
media.
big baby.
And to
Yeah.
the media. He's like
Yeah.
we're saying that he's trying to do this stuff to fire up his team, not because we're making this interpretation. No, he's more or
just who
less
he
come out and
is.
said that. He wants to
Yeah.
fire this team up, quote unquote, whatever that means, and it's not working.
It's off. It's painful
You know
to
who's
watch.
a better captain than Jacob Trouba?
Tom Wilson.
Bo Horvat.
Bo
Oh,
Horvat.
God.
I actually am glad that you bring up Bo Horvat because you asked me what team I'm going to fix, and let's take
I
a
should have picked
I could've
them.
picked
let's
the
take a
Canucks
swing at the
too,
Vancouver
honestly.
Canucks here.
You're so easy to fix them.
It's really pretty easy to fix them. I don't disagree with that. Step one is so Thatcher Demko is hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. There's this guy in Dallas that is stuck in the AHL because they can't afford to bring him up. You mean to tell me that you can't
They
float...
can now. They can now. They can now.
They can? Okay, that's great.
Okay.
You mean to tell
Because,
me
like-
that you can't float whatever it takes, a mid-level prospect, a third-round pick, over to Anton Khudobin to carry this net over?
The Stars would be stupid not to say yes.
They would be at this point. And honestly, like, what Colin Delia and Spencer Martin, tell me, before this year, have you heard of either of their names? Granted, I'm not keyed into Vancouver.
No.
Trevor?
Nope.
And
Couldn't even tell you those people are.
so there's step one that I think that you take. Step two, I mean,
Oh.
here's here's JT Miller on a fishing line. See what you can get for that. Because
JT Miller's contract doesn't start till next year.
he's screwed. Yeah,
Oh, well.
he's stuck there.
He's
all right,
just in a
so
limbo.
JT Miller's my core.
$8 million to 2030. And
Oh my god, that's painful. What are we
That's-
doing?
he's the worst defensive player in the league, and he's a
What are-
forward.
Did you,
Can't believe we had
We-
JT Miller.
okay. I don't know where Jim Benning is, but I move him 500 miles further away from the team. That's step two. In addition to trading for Khudobin, that
You
is step
still-
two.
The Vancouver Canucks are still in a bad. Okay, the Canucks would be fine if their old GM just stopped calling people on July 1st.
Yes.
Because he was so good at drafting. It was his greatest talent, and then all of it was washed away.
I'm
as soon
sorry.
as free agency
Hold
started.
on. No, we're not. No.
He's
You
good
mean
draft- He was good at drafting. What are you going to argue?
the man who
Elias
drafted
Pettersson.
the man who drafted Jake Virtanen way too high.
Oh, that's true.
That was
That's
a
true.
that was a
That's
reach
true.
before everything. That was a huge reach, and he wasn't really panning out before everything else that happened off the ice.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, Zach, what are you doing with Ilya Mikheyev, who makes 4.75 to 2026?
Oh, that yeah.
Who even in Toronto,
Hmm.
I liked Mikheyev, but
Me
I'm
too.
like, he's
I'm
not.
actually really
Like,
sad to see him go.
he's like a third line guy.
He was
that
really good for
couldn't
the Leafs.
score.
Well,
He can
you
skate,
say
he
couldn't
can't score.
Okay, he can
It's-
score.
He's not
It's
scoring
not.
in Vancouver either.
What do you mean? He's
But
got
it's the
9 goals,
Canucks.
7 assists.
Oh, he
in
does?
25
Okay,
games.
never mind. Dude can't shoot. Can't shoot saves like.
Well, that's a problem.
I don't
Problem
know.
in itself. But
We
it
gotta
doesn't-
work on that.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing with let's see who Oliver Ekman Larson 7.2
Oh,
to 2026?
Oh, yeah. That.
Hearing
So,
a lot of Canucks banter about OEL lately.
there's no. He's wearing the A right now, but there's no easy way to say this, and it pains me to do so.
Is Oliver Ekman Larson allergic to hockey equipment?
He's going.
Possibly.
He's allergic. He might be allergic to hockey equipment. Now that you bring it up, Trevor, he might be. We have to
I
do
was
some
watching
extensive
the
tests.
game, and
Get
I
him-
think I saw him sneeze. I think I saw him sneeze on the bench.
I think I saw him sneeze too. Now that you bring it up, yeah. So
Yeah.
OEL is allergic to
Is that a rash?
his pads, and as a result, has fractured his spinal cord or something. I guess.
Thank goodness.
Anyone who doesn't know the Marian Hossa story is so confused listening to this bit, and I
Well, if they
don't
know,
care.
if anyone,
If you don't know, Google it. Just Google it. It's fine.
Marian Hossa was put on the long-term injured reserve because he was allergic to his hockey equipment
And never played again.
Never played again.
Because they needed that money to go away. Allergies make the money go away.
At least it's a
Yeah,
valid
no,
excuse.
OEL honestly he just hits waivers. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hits waivers. If he He's going to
Is-
clear,
Is
obviously.
he going to be the next captain of the New York Rangers? Is that the trade?
Please, no,
Trouba for
please.
OEL?
No.
That's a fair trade, 1-for-1.
Oh,
Sure,
it's
yeah.
so
And,
fair.
you know,
We
throw in
get
a
a useless guy for another useless guy.
And that will make Jacob Trouba, who wanted to get out of Winnipeg. Granted, Vancouver is nicer than Winnipeg, so
It is.
because it's
That's
Western Canada. So let's send him back to Western Canada. He'll love that. He will fire his agent so fast if that happens.
The better Western Canada.
It's better Western Canada, but the team is worse.
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
the
Winnipeg
Jets
is
are good
actually
now.
doing okay right now.
Jets are good again. I'm
Jets are
pissed
fine.
off about
Who
it.
cares?
Just a fine.
Jets are fun. That's true.
So your solution to fixing the Canucks is Oliver Ekman-Larsson develops an allergy to hockey equipment.
Or
And who
just-
else? And JT
Convenient
Miller is just your
allergy.
captain now.
No, there's nothing wrong with Bo Horvat being my captain.
Good luck signing him. He's a UFA.
Oh my god.
Is he seriously a UFA? Oh my
Yeah.
Last year on his contract.
Yeah, but
Mm.
it's okay because we can the salary cap is just a theory, guys. So
It's a social construct.
he's gonna want like $10 million, right? At least.
Or
Or to
about
stay, he wants more.
Well, to stay, yeah. I'm not getting a hometown discount if I'm the Vancouver Canucks. No, I have to pay
No,
more.
Bo Horvat
With the extra year, I have to pay more per year to even think about keeping Bo Horvat than say, I don't know.
let's say open market. Bo Horvat makes $9 million. To stay in Vancouver, they need to give him 23.
I was prepared for you to
And
say
JT Miller also needs to
now
be
that's
traded.
a check that'll be fun to write.
Yeah.
A contract stipulation
What is
in Bo Horvat's re-signing with Vancouver is he's not allowed on the ice at the same time as JT Miller.
JT Miller's?
JT Miller.
Every single time they step on the ice together.
Why don't we trade
Bo
Jacob
Horvat makes an
Trouba for
extra
JT
100
Miller so we can have JT Miller again? Because we had JT Miller once. We can have him twice.
JT Miller couldn't play defense if you literally took him off the ice and replaced him with a real NHL
I'm
player.
sorry. He is making how much money for how long?
Wait, what?
JT
Tell
Miller?
me.
Oh my god.
I told
What
you
is
it's
it?
$8 million in 2030. It's awful.
Dude, that's astronomical.
He's got an
This is-
$8.5 million signing bonus next year.
Okay, Zach, this is
No.
exactly what happened.
We're
Okay,
moving the franchise. I fixed the Vancouver
This is-
Canucks by
Moving the
moving the
franchise.
franchise.
They're
No,
coming to
it's
Houston, baby.
No,
No.
let your dream die. I'm not bringing a team to Houston.
This is what happened to Vancouver in the offseason. They went to Bo Horvat and said, "Do you want 8x8?" And he said, "Hell no." And they went to JT Miller and said, "Hey, you want 8x8?" And he went, "That sounds nice." And that was it. That's what happened.
We're going to Wyoming, baby.
How do you replace Jim Benning and do a worse job?
Guys, is Jim Rutherford just senile?
He might be. That makes no sense to me. If that's your actual negotiation tactic, the other guy might take it. There, oh my god.
Why did he do that?
I have no idea.
Here's the
So-
why would you give JT Miller that contract when the alternative is to simply not give JT Miller that contract?
What picks do I as the
take him
Vancouver
out.
Canucks have? What picks do I have? That
Okay,
is-
I got it up. I got it up already.
Okay. Give me my
In this upcoming draft, they have their first, second, third, their fourth, and the Rangers' fourth, and their sixth. Then the next year, they have a first, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and 2025, they have all of them.
You
still have the
said
picks.
you said they only have first. Next year they have first. What else? I'm sorry.
They have their first, second, third, fourth, sixth,
Okay.
plus the Rangers' fourth.
Plus the Rangers fourth. Okay.
The next year, they're only missing their 2024 second, and 2025, they have everything.
Okay.
And to move JT Miller, all of those picks have to go away.
Yeah. So JT Miller, we're stuck with JT Miller. I'm not focused on moving JT Miller anymore. The idea is we have to move OEL. So I guess we take. I'm hoping that a second, a third, maybe a fifth gets him out to wherever.
To who?
Okay.
Arizona?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, let's send him back.
Let's send him back. I mean, Arizona needs help, I guess, to sell tickets to their 5,000 seat arena.
Or they need bodies. They need warm bodies. Is what Arizona needs.
Honestly, give it to.
I think you have to retain.
Send him to Chicago. Chicago's trying to lose right now. Send him to Chicago.
Do you retain, or do you give up more to try to get him to?
Retain for this year, but not after. Retain for
They
this
could
season.
trade.
Can you do that?
I
thought you had to retain all the way through or not.
Okay, if I'm retaining all the way through, the idea of me giving up that many picks along with OEL is I am clearing out space. I need space so I can give
Could
Bo
the
Horvat
Canucks
whatever the hell
get
he wants.
Patrick Kane.
How? Because
I'm trying to clear cap space. Clear.
Okay. Okay.
like
Okay.
to get rid of.
And Patrick Kane's not coming to Western Canada. The only team that, for whatever
Maybe
reason,
that's where he needs to go. Honestly, it can't
the
be that
only
worse than
team that-
Chicago.
the only team that it seems like even sounds like is remotely interested in Patrick Kane right now is the New York Rangers, which makes little sense to me.
No.
To get rid of OEL, I think you have to get rid of your 2 seconds in the next 3 years plus.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I think you have to get rid of one of those first. It has to go.
I'm trying to hold on to that so that with the idea of giving up 2 seconds and a first, that's too much for that. If I'm giving up 2 seconds and
If
a
you
first,
don't want to
I'm giving up
retain, I
18
think you
dollars.
have to.
If I don't want to retain for the price of not retaining, yeah, I'll do that.
I think you
I'll
have
do
to.
that.
And some team is going to be like, we can fix OEL. Some team's going to try, and they might
But
work.
here's the deal. I'm giving up my first for not this year's draft. I'm giving it up for next year.
Yeah, you keep that 2025 because
Yeah.
you're still going to be bad.
Yeah, so I want to give up the 24 first and then 2 seconds.
No, but then you need to be good because then you don't have next year's first.
Yes, I know.
It's
That's
just
the-
like, no, it's so bad.
It's so bad. But what else can you do? Because in my idea, you get the draft pick from this year. You sign Bo Horvat. Because they're not going to do well this year. Like, where are they at in terms of league?
No, right.
Bad.
Like,
And the thing
Not
is,
good.
guess what you have to deal with in 2 years? Patterson's up.
Pedersen's up.
Mhm.
And then I got to sign Demko.
And then a year after that, Besser. If he even stays, because people think he's gone too.
The Vancouver Canucks have done a really
It's-
good job of
it's-
managing this team.
It's going to be awful if they have to move Brock Besser because they signed JT Miller.
It's going to be
'Cause they
awful if
might
they
have
can't
to.
keep any of these guys because they signed JT Miller. The Canucks right now are 22nd in the league, so they're not too bad. Keeping it,
I'd argue Anaheim's in a better spot than Vancouver, though.
I don't disagree with you. Anaheim has.
I don't think there's a team in a worse spot than Vancouver. Because this is astronomically bad. This is what the Oilers have been for a decade, but worse.
This is so. Having Erik Karlsson at his cap hit is, not exactly ideal for the Sharks, but he's at least performing to that cap hit. OEL
Right now,
hasn't played up to his cap hit in this
years.
is conservative. I'm being conservative right now. 5 years. He has not played up to that cap hit.
He's only 31. That's bad. Oh,
Has anyone had a faster regression than Oliver Ekman-Larsson in recent NHL history?
I don't remember him even being like great.
Because he played in Arizona.
Yeah,
If he wasn't in Arizona, he would have won a Norris Trophy.
but for how long was he that good though? Was he a
few
flash
years.
and pan kind of?
A few years.
Because you said 5 years. That takes him back to 26.
So 5 years is an exaggeration. He was good in 2018.
That's a long time ago still.
2019, I don't exactly remember if he was good or not, but he was good in 2018.
Does Quinn Hughes regret signing till 2027 right now?
Quinn Hughes is he might,
Quinn Hughes is
especially with the
something.
possibility that he could play that, especially with the possibilities that lie out there. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to jinx it. I do think that there's some level of regret, but also he's getting paid a very pretty penny.
Oh,
And
7.8.
he's worth. Oh, he should have gotten more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he regrets signing that without a doubt.
What do we need to do to get him on the Devils? Who do you move?
Don't tease me. Don't.
Oh,
tease me.
you know
How do
you
I
want
fix
it.
the Vancouver
You want
Canucks?
all
I
three.
trade Quinn Hughes down to New Jersey, and I get back. Oh, I don't know.
You trade Andreas Janssen for Quinn Hughes.
Andreas Janssen for Quinn.
Straight up.
The children rejoice. No. What Vancouver will want is Nemec. What they should want is Nemec.
Jack, I do
I'm
that.
not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't want to.
Is it Quinn Hughes plus like a second? Do you do that?
I might.
Come on, it's
Maybe.
Quinn Hughes.
I mean, if the opportunity comes, the Tom Fitzgerald has to say yes to that. For the sole reason of you've gone this far. You're
collecting the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
what do we need to do to get their dad on the team? He's the
No.
equivalent
Then you go ahead and it's already all figured out. It's okay. You go, you talk to the Kings, you pay like a second or third round pick for whatever the other Jack Hughes is doing. Then you go find Jack Quinn and get him on the roster, and then that's your line right there. You have Quinn Hughes, Luke Hughes, Jack Quinn, Jack Hughes, Jack Hughes.
Beautiful. I love it.
I hate
Zach's
myself.
a future NHL GM. This is just a stepping stone.
Zach, we need to play a GM simulator.
Oh God, yes.
Is Zach
I'd
taking
love-
Kyle Dubas' job?
Oh, I should.
Not for the Leafs. He needs to be the new Canucks GM. I forget what his name is.
I
Jim
want to
Rutherford.
be. I want to.
Jim
I'll
Rutherford.
take the new Canucks GM job, but I'm changing my name to Jim Benning Jr. I want to inspire faith in the
Or
Canucks.
anti-Benning?
No,
anti-Benning.
Yeah.
Jim Benning Jr. Jim Benning Jr. I don't want anti-Benning.
You
Is too
wanna
weird. I want
you wanna
to make
scare 'em a
sure
little bit?
that the Canucks fans know that their faith is being placed in the right guy, so that they can remember. No. This one's okay. This one's okay. This isn't like the last Jim Benning. Jr. is okay.
Yeah.
And then at
Imagine
some point,
saying you wanna live in Jim
I'll just be
Benning's
like, I'm tired of
footsteps.
being called Jim Benning Jr. I'm actually Jim Benning the second. That'll be a press conference.
The
I have
new
in
and
the middle of
improved Benning.
That'll be a press conference I have in the middle of the season. Just no hockey news will be delivered.
You drop it mid-game, like second intermission. You're like, I
Yeah.
no longer go by Jim Benning Jr. Or you go up to someone in the press box, you'd be like, I got a fire tweet for
I
you.
got a fire story for you. Oh my god.
Forget about the game. Let's talk. Changing my name.
I'm not sure I understand.
Good. I think on that note, it's about time for us to head out.
Siri
So-
on the watch going off.
Siri on
Yeah.
the watch going off, letting us know.
It's time to
All
go.
right. Is there anything else anyone wants to say before we head out of here?
No, this has been a fun
No.
episode. That's all I gotta say.
All
It's been a
right.
blast.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. We'll have our links listed below. Please join in for next time, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we will see you for the next episode.